Welcome back to Cantina Talk. I'm here with Eric Hyperspace Lane Skippenshaw.
And I'm here with Ryan's sidekick.
Wow, that's probably the best one you've ever came up with. Alright, we're going to jump into the sequel, trilogy, and the expanded universe. We're going to be breaking down our top 8. What are we breaking down the top 8 of, Eric?
We're breaking down the top 8 of the best story arcs for the pre-sequels, for the sequel Star Wars trilogy. Got that out.
Yeah, so we're going based off of story arcs. We're not going to go based off of fighting ability. In our last 2 videos, we broke down all of the the top, probably top 50 or 60 that we think are going to qualify. And now we're really narrowing them down. So go check out those last videos if you ain't seen them yet. And we're going to start off here doing our first pick in the sequel trilogy. For those that didn't watch our last video, I'll do a quick rundown of who we even have here in our sequel trilogy. We've got Finn, we've got Kylo, we've got Rey, we've got Poe Dameron, Maz Kanata, General Hux, Snoke, Captain Phasma, Rose Tico, BB-8, Zori Bliss, Dio, Knights of Ren as a whole, and General Holdo Maneuver.
Yeah.
Who do you think should be the number 1? I don't think we really disagree on this one.
No, I think the number 1 should straight up be Kylo Ren / Ben Solo.
I agree. I think that he has the best story arc. I think that I think it's the best acted, I think it's the best written, and I think it's the best on paper, too.
Yeah, his story arc progresses through all 3 of the movies, and you can really... And through other characters as well, and other characters' perceptions of him.
Definitely agree. Number 2, who are you feeling for our number 2?
For my number 2, I think Finn.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
Well...
Because let me tell you why. Because I think that he went from working for the Empire as a defector, and then I think he rised, switched sides, did the right thing, and then I think he ended up taking down those he used to work for. Why do you think it?
It's almost like that was taken right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I would have said.
Awesome. Well, that's a good number 2. Now, number 3, I think we can both agree that it should probably be Poe Dameron, or maybe even, maybe like a General Hux if you really want to look at that.
I don't know, actually.
What?
I kind of... As much as I dislike the character... and didn't enjoy her too much in the sequels, I think Rose Tico had the 3rd best story arc in Star Wars sequels.
I disagree. I really do.
All right, that's fine.
I think she's got a place up higher than maybe most, but I really don't see much here, other than I'm being serious. Other than her sister dying, weird, creepy relationship with Finn that fizzles out. Yeah. And then getting some super vague description of what she's doing to help. And I think that...
What she was doing to help was win the fight on Exegol.
I think that if you're talking about a good story arc, part of that word good means it has to be explained well.
It's fine. If you don't want a strong Asian woman lead...
It's not.
Then go take your sequel racism out of here.
Straight white Poe.
Yeah.
I mean, I really am looking at this from a story arc point of view, and I really do think that Rose Tico has a place on this list.
All right, then who do you think would be 3rd here?
I think that Poe Dameron. I like his story. I like his story of just being a get your head out of your cockpit pilot. That rises up to be a get your head in your cockpit pilot. I think that the story arc that he goes through is how to be a leader. I think he's already down for the cause. He's already a DTF. That's down to fight some bad guys. And I think that he goes from just being like, I'm going to run in there guns blazing to, hey, maybe I should think about why I'm going in there guns blazing. I got other people to protect here. And I really like his story. I think that also General Hux goes through a decent story arc of I'm the spy.
See, that's one where I did very disagree with. I mean, it is. I can't disagree that it is a story arc that him going through I'm the spy.
Yeah.
But I can disagree with it being
But I also think that it's not just going from I'm the spy. I think it's also going from he's always second in command. He can never be first in command. And so he goes to a place that will accept him. The light side.
Do you think that's why he swapped?
I do. I really do. I don't even think it was because he wanted to be a good guy. And then he dies for it, by the way. He dies for it. I think that, would you agree maybe 3's Poe, though?
I'll submit.
Okay. I think also that I don't think that Rose Tico's story personally is top 8 for me at all.
Top 8, wow.
I really respect that you want her up there. I don't think she's top 4 though. I'll put her at 5.
Okay.
But I don't think she's top 4.
All right, so you're thinking Hux at 4.
Hux or BB-8.
Really? I'm thinking Captain Phasma.
Phasma?
Phasma. For 4.
Captain Phasma. You know what? I'm okay with that actually. I'm okay with Captain Phasma at 4. You want to do that?
Yes. That's why I said it.
Wow. Take that sass and get it out of here, bruh. I think that next, dude, now that I think of it, that line, I'm the spy, that's the word that you know why? I can see that behind the scenes, they said, all right, give us the line, and he goes, I'm the spy. And they said, cut. Can you give me more sass? And he was like, oh, okay. And then he came back with, I'm the spy.
And they're like, love it.
Love it. Perfect. Let's move on. He's like, really? I really think that General Holdo's got a better story on here than Rose Tico, personally. Now,
all she did was assume command after Leia was unable, and then she killed herself.
Only that, I think she comes in cocky. She realizes the strength of Poe being who he is. I think she goes on that mini arc. I think she goes.
That's just what it is, though.
Okay, same for Rose Tico.
She was in 2 movies, though.
Yeah, but I don't think. All right, do you want to go Rose Tico? I'll give it up to you.
You have made your statement.
Start bargaining for stuff and then backing off when I give it to you.
Fine. Throw in Rose Tico at 5, even though you're unhappy about it.
That's part of this. Part of this is a give and take.
Give me then.
Damn.
Take me off.
Okay.
Number 6. Now,
BB-8. What story arc does he go through? Story arc. He goes from being Poe's droid to being Rey's droid.
And just, yeah.
And he just loves everyone he meets.
That's not much of an arc, to be honest.
That's not really. He breaks his little fender. And he's always kind of in the background doing his little quirky thing. I think he's fun and he's cute, but story arc wise,
non-existent. D.O. might even have a better story than him.
I think that Snoke really doesn't have much of a story arc either that we know of. I mean, I haven't read the Kylo comic, other than seducing Kylo and then dying. He's pretty much just a vessel for Palp.
Yeah. I think this is where we should throw in Hux at 6.
Okay. I think General Hux at 6 is fair. And then 7, I would say, personally, I like a General Holdo at 7.
Okay. I like that.
Hold on.
Hold on
now,
my beer.
Hold on in the air.
Hold my beer. I'm going to hyperdrive.
And then there were a couple left.
Then there was 6th.
What are you thinking about this? We got Maz Kanata, Snoke, BB-8, Zori Bliss, Dio, and Knights of Ren. I think it's... How about we start eliminating some? Okay. I think it's okay to eliminate the Knights of Ren.
Get them out of here.
We don't get anything.
Nope.
Dio really doesn't do anything.
No, I think we've also discussed BB-8 shouldn't be there.
I think that BB-8, and again, we're not talking about how cute. This isn't the cute list. If it were, we all know Poe would dominate. This is
cute
the...
Poe would
This is the story arc list.
Yes.
So that leaves us with Maz Kanadi Nadi, Snoke, and Zori Bliss.
I personally think Zori Bliss should be not on this list.
Okay.
In the future, I do believe she's going to be used
Expanded, yeah.
So maybe next March or even in 10 years.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I would say Snoke then, because I think Maz Kanata alludes to a pretty fun story, right? You get a little bit of like, that's a story arc for another time. I know she doesn't say that, but that's kind of what you hear. And then you don't get it. We still haven't gotten that answer, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot to her that's very unknown.
She just takes off in a rocket ship.
Yeah, I like Snoke here.
I like Snoke
is
as
solid
well.
for 8.
All right. There is our list for the sequel trilogy. Now is our largest list of them all.
Extended universe. We have Darth Maul, Ahsoka, Ventress, Thrawn, Kanan, Sabine, Ezra, Hera, Chopper, Zeb, Duchess Satine,
Halfway done.
Hondo Ohnaka, Agent Kallus, Rex, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Saw Gerrera, Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, L337, Kira, Dydron Voss, Cal Kestis, Bo-Katan Kryze.
Wow.
It's a lot. I don't even know how many. That's got to be like 20.
Right.
5. 20. I said a lot of words there.
I can speak now. I think that for me, and I think that this is good. What's going to be a good amount of the video. I think it's Darth Maul for me.
Yeah, I know you were going to say that.
He's my favorite character in all of Star Wars because of his story arc.
I do very much like his story arc.
Yeah.
I do very much like. But I think Ahsoka has a slightly better story arc. It is close. But I think her story arc coincides with Anakin's so much that we don't even know. Or that we actually do know. But you don't. Because you only see the lens of Darth Maul. I don't know what that meant, but...
I think that Darth Maul goes on the most personal story in all of Star Wars. I think that Ahsoka goes on a journey that we've seen before, relatively.
What story?
The story of Snips.
I see Ahsoka's story as Anakin's story but didn't turn bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But that's half of a story we've already seen. I don't think we've seen anything like Darth Maul. Darth Maul makes an enemy of everyone. He rises in the ranks to become, the Black Sun Syndicate leader. And there's still so much of his story we don't know. I think that I am okay giving this up, knowing that we are going to be getting a lot more Darth Maul in the future. I think that he's a solid 2 pick. I do not want him to drop any lower than 2. Even though I know you're going to come at me with some Hera junk that I'm not going to take.
Ahsoka and Darth Maul, I think, are definitely very solid 1 and 2.
All right. Is that how you spell Ahsoka?
No.
Is it A-H?
No. H-S. There you go.
Aha! Ahsoka.
All right. Now for 2, we got Darth Maul.
Yeah. I kind of just want to put Maul. I think that you get more of him as Maul than you do Darth Maul.
Okay. Well,
they're 2 different characters. Now we have such a long list.
Yes.
Now we've got to start whittling this down. Again,
no.
We are going... Don't say no. Who do you think I was going to say?
Nothing. Go.
I'm looking at this list. I'm just going to read them for the viewers so you guys know who we've got left. We've got Ventress. We've got Thrawn, Kanan, Sabine, Ezra, Hera, Chopper, Zeb, Duchess Satine, Hondo Ohnaka, Agent Kallus, Rex, the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Saw Gerrera, Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, L337, Kira, Dryden Voss, Cal Kestis, and Bo-Katan Kryze.
Okay, so you want me to tell you real quickly who I think are the top contenders for this 3rd, 4th, and 5th slot?
Yes.
Duchess Satine is one of them. I think Rex is up there.
Okay.
I think Boba Fett is definitely up there. And then, you know, I don't know much of it, but I have heard Cal Kestis' story arc is very good. Yeah. Although I don't know almost anything about it. Although I've just heard things.
Yeah, I know a little bit about Cal Kestis' story arc. You know any spoilers?
I would not like too much. I don't want you to spoil too much, but I do know some stuff about it.
I don't know all of it, but I think that there's enough there that we could throw them on the list. I think that for this, what is it, third slot?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a couple of characters. I think that Ezra has a really good story.
That's true.
I think that Bo-Katan has a good story. Mm-hmm. The Rise of the Mandalorian is very interesting to me. And I think that Rex are up there.
Yeah. How would you like
I still like Ventress. I like the turn that Ventress took as well.
I really like Ventress.
I really like Kanan.
There's a lot of good characters.
Blind.
But I think, so safe pick, the only one who is both on our list is Rex.
That's fair. Oh my god.
So I say we put him as 3.
All right. But, all right, yep, Rex is 3.
That's 6.
Thank you. All right, now we're on to 4. This is really tough. Do we want to go through and take off some people that we think don't belong here?
No.
Okay. Let me see. I think Thrawn.
Thrawn. Well, I think he's an amazing character. He's in it for 1 season or 2.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
I don't think his arc is that insane.
I have read 2 of his 3 books, and I really like it. It really shows his rise because in Rebels, if all you see is Rebels, he starts out where he is. He starts out as an admiral.
But we are going off of what most the general public know,
which
general Star Wars fan knows.
And for that, I agree.
Yeah. Ezra is definitely up here. Mm-hmm. I think that his story is not yet finished. Mm-hmm. I think he has a lot to go in his story that we've not yet seen.
I also think that Boba Fett has an incredible story, and I think that we've seen a lot of Boba Fett. We've seen the bounty hunter side, we've seen the troubled kid in both feature film and animated, and then we see him post near death, and we see who he has become. And I think that I would put him as my 4.
I agree with that. After rewatching Clone Wars, I really liked him and his story and how he talks to Ventress and he talks to a bunch of other bounty hunters that are more are better in their field. Mm-hmm.
I do like the stories of Saw Gerrera, Jyn Erso. I like the idea of the birth of the rebellion. I think that's really awesome. We both have a special place in our heart for Hondo and Naka. Just as the character, but I really don't think he has that much of an arc.
I agree. I
love
the character.
I think Zeb has an awesome arc.
Better than Hondo, I would say.
Yeah.
But I still don't think Zeb's arc is high enough to hit this. I think we should definitely be looking at Ezra here. Yeah. For this 5th place.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in a lot of the Rebels. Obviously, he's the main character, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Many would say.
I think I think that this is the first time in Star Wars that I understood a turn to the dark side. I think that Anakin's turn, I was like, yeah, I guess. But Ezra's just felt way more natural. I felt like I was with him, and then all of a sudden he was bad, and I had to go, oh wait, is he a villain? Like, I didn't realize it until I was already in it with him. Yeah. And I really like that. I think that Anakin was much more obvious that, hey, this guy's turned. And so yeah, I really like the Ezra Bridger story. We only have 3 slots left. That's terrifying. Okay. We have way too many characters.
I think Duchess Satine deserves a spot in the final 3.
Why her over Bo-Katan?
Because you got a point. Their stories are kind of intertwined a little bit. Definitely.
And I think Bo-Katan has... Yeah.
But I think Duchess Satine wanting just to keep peace on her planet and for her people so much that she dies for it, really. She refuses help from a lot of people and she ends up paying for it. Kind of ironic that she wants neutrality, but then one of the biggest wars in Star Wars comes to her home.
However, I think that the story of Bo-Katan kind of backing. I think that she kind of goes on that story arc with Duchess.
Yeah.
A little bit, but then she keeps going, and she goes, you know what? Maybe pacifism isn't enough, and she kind of starts forming the order that we see in Mandalorian, and we see in Rebels, that they do become fighters, and they do kind of dip back into, if we're gonna take back Mandalore, we need to take it back. And I think that the Bo-Katan story, in my opinion, is better than the Duchess Satine. I also think that a lot of the Duchess Satine has to do a lot with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think that without him, her story is a lot less intriguing.
Yes, but we're not looking at these stories purely
correct.
Just these people. We're also their involvement with other people, and Obi-Wan's involvement with her and her love life impacted her story.
And I agree, but I think that Bo-Katan's also got the story of the Mandalorian. I mean, she goes into arc in the Mandalorian.
I'm not saying kick out Bo-Katan for Duchess. I just want Duchess to be in these top 3. I'm not saying Bo-Katan can't be there.
I don't think Duchess should be in the top 3.
Really?
I think that Bo-Katan should. I think that Cal Kestis should, just because neither of us know his story, and I've heard it's really good.
How about we go Bo-Katan, Cal Kestis, Duchess Satine? Who else would you put up there?
I would put Kanan above Duchess Satine in a heartbeat. I think Kanan's story, going from a drunkard to I have to save this kid, then going to I'm a blind guy now.
All right.
When she says that famous Kanan line, I'm a blind guy now.
Now, okay.
And then sacrificing himself and falling in love. And I think he knew that he was going to have a kid. I think that's why he made that choice. And that moment is one of the most emotional moments in Star Wars I've ever had. When he dies.
Yeah.
And his eyes at the last moment he can see again. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I watched it.
All right, man. I think that that's better than just Maul going...
You're simplifying things.
But here's what Maul does. Here, woman. And then he force pulls Satine into a blade and she just limps over for someone else's story.
With the guy he loves standing right there and watching it.
Yes, so, okay, correct. So she impacts Obi-Wan's story. Kanan impacts Ezra's story, who then goes and impacts everyone else. Because Kanan makes the same sacrifice.
But it's best story arc, not best...
Ezra makes the same sacrifice that Kanan makes. That sacrifice doesn't happen if Kanan doesn't make his.
Okay.
And I don't see that you could put Duchess Satine over.
All right, fine.
But I will give Kanan...
I say we throw Cal... We don't even know anything about Cal Kestis. We're just throwing him in there because he's he's the main video game character.
All right, should we put Kanan on here at 6?
You think it's 6 over Bo-Katan? Yeah,
I do.
And
I think that I know where I'm voting when it comes to Rex and when it comes to Kanan.
All right.
And it ain't Rex.
Well, okay. One thing about Kanan I do like is we don't see it on screen, but how he did live through Order 66.
Correct.
And how he was just I believe he was just a Padawan during
and then
that.
After he's drunk.
He's drunk. Padawan. He was still in training, and now he has to teach Ezra when he's not an actual Jedi.
Yeah. Also, you've got a whole that guy's arc. I mean, that guy.
Now for 7.
Oh boy. We've got people like Agent Kallus, who I adore, but I don't know if it's there for him. I don't know if it's there for you, Boo Boo. I think some like Saw Gerrera, I think is a really good story. I think he's in, by the way, spoiler alert, he's in...
We've been seeing a lot of things that's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about Kanan's death.
All right, it's for you. He's in lightsaber game that you want to play.
Okay.
He's in that game. And he's pretty good in that. And he's in Clone Wars. He's in Rebels.
He's in Rebels.
And he's in
Rogue
the
One.
feature film Rogue One.
The feature film, of course.
And I think he's the book on it. I think they did. Yeah, I don't know.
I think Ventress.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about Ventress.
We forgot about Ventress.
I like Ventress.
There's so many. There's so many.
Yeah,
I think she deserves to be up there. She has
I agree.
Similar story to Maul,
I think this is a good team.
Oh, and they're actually against each other.
Ooh, Maul will kick her ass.
We don't know.
Story arc will kick her ass.
We'll see. They're pretty similar.
Okay, I disagree.
Well,
are they both Zabrak? Is she Zabrak?
Female.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, she's a female from Dathomir. I don't know if she's actually Zabrak, though.
Is she Dathomirian?
Yes.
I don't know that she is.
Yeah, she's just like the others.
All right.
All the other sisters. The other sisters and mother.
Yeah.
And grandmother.
Grandma.
Grandma. With that dark magic.
All right. Now we've got one spot left.
All right. I'm sad. I thought you would have thought Duchess Satine would be higher. But
I don't really care for me no Duchess.
You've talked very highly about her and
just
her
because
art a lot.
Just because I took her name and put it in a D&D campaign does not mean
more than that. Go watch your other videos to where he talks so highly of Duchess Satine it makes me uncomfortable.
I mean, all right.
We can do Bo-Katan. She's in a lot more material, so
all right.
And she meets a lot more influential characters, so.
Well, this is a darn good list. I think. I really do. Bo-Katan's hyphenated, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. This is a good list. I'm curious to see what the group chat is going to do. Remember, when you're voting on these, it's story arc purely. Don't go, oh, well, I think Boba Fett's got some sick armor. I'm going to vote for him. No. Vote for the better story arc.
Yeah, story arc. If you haven't seen or know of them, maybe look them up if you don't want spoilers, but...
I am going to also write a little couple sentences of text under each of their names of what they did and their rise and fall in whatever they did.
Okay.
Couple of highlights. So
yeah.
I'm excited here for this.
I'm excited to see what the people choose.
Yes.
Who they choose to be the winner.
Yeah.
Of Star Wars Story March Madness.
Until the next time, may the Force be with you.